This is crazy. Look, these are my windows. This is insane. Once again, I have no clue who these people are. They're just drunks. I could hear loud music. That's what woke.
How did you get here? You told me you parked on the state land. There's no way. And if you parked up there, you went through a combo gate that you either had a key to, or you stole my combination.
All right, let me. I'll handle.
Start telling the truth instead of playing games with me. You can get that all on your little recording right there.
It's on video.
As I'm doing as well. Right, I know it's on, and he's got the GoPro. I'm not an idiot.
This next video comes from a YouTuber named Jesse Carr, who is known for exploring beautiful places and vlogging everything she encounters. On September 15, 2025, she went to a waterfall in Samoa, which was secluded, so she could enjoy the nature, but as soon as she got towards the waterfall, she then had a weird encounter.
Jesse. Pardon? I can't remember the name. It's like, I don't remember the name. Sorry. There's a man and he's kind of just like hanging around me. Anyway. Just gotta be careful not to slip. Ugh. Okay. Oh my gosh, the water's so nice and crisp. Whoops. It'd be good to have rock shoes or something. I feel like that man was like waiting for me to hop in so he could hop in or something. I don't know why. Wow. Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's pretty deep here, I think. Shit, it's so deep. I can't even like touch my feet on the ground anymore. That's a bit scary. The water looks like green. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the waterfalls over here. I'm gonna try and sit. Wow, I feel like a mermaid. Because I just want to be like by myself with no men around, preferably. Okay, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You scared me!
In the video, you can see a man walking towards her as she gets into the water. At first, the man seems innocent, but not long after, he starts to act very strange, which turns out to be a creepy experience. As you can see, the man jumped from out of nowhere into the water when she just said that she wants to be alone, preferably.
Sorry? A hole. Oh, it's like a cave? Is it a cave? Yeah? Okay. I'm okay. You go, I'll follow you. It's a bit slippery over here. Could you take some photos of me, please? I got some photos right next to the waterfall. Pardon? I'm scared. Over there. What do you mean? Walk down? Oh. That's okay. That's okay. Pardon? Where? Down? Okay, I'll try. He just jumped. Should I jump? Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to jump on you. Wait, maybe move and then I'll jump. Okay, I think it's so good. I think it's just being nice. Up that way? Or can I go this way? Thank you. Okay, we'll go back.
In the video, the man seems kind and very helpful, but he also does not listen to her boundaries at all. So after this, she left and was not harmed. But this is a reminder of how you should always be cautious about going somewhere alone, because you never know what you might encounter. But for her, she was not harmed.
One sec. It's okay because it was very nice. Thank you. Married? No. But no, don't want anybody. No, pardon? School? No. There you go. Thank you. Here. Yeah, take.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you so much.
You are
Best friend? Bomb. And he touched it once and I felt really, really uncomfortable, and then I was like, you go first. But then he was so nice as well. But he, like, I don't know, he kept, he was following me around, but then he ended up taking photos of me, which was really nice. But yeah, sometimes it's really hard, like, with men and traveling and, like, people being...
This next video comes from two brothers who share the same interests when it comes to camping in the woods and drinking wine together to celebrate their adventures. However, as the two brothers got to the camping spot, they ended up encountering something that they did not expect, which ultimately led to them leaving the camping place altogether. I'll let you take a look.
People leaving the rubbish everywhere. It's literally crisp packets, bottles, absolutely everywhere around here. We've just literally picked up about, 5 crisp packets and a couple of bottles of plastic bottles just by the riverbed here. So just where we've been sitting and swimming. So people should just remember to take it home with them, because it's just spoiling, this beauty. And yeah, bloody rubbish over there, innit? So we picked up the majority of what we can over there. We'll probably pick it up, the rest of that up tomorrow morning, and yeah, have a quick clean up here. It's not too good, is it? Right, I think the next shot is going to be us cooking in it, bro. Yeah? Yeah. Oof, that's sizzling away just nicely now. Won't be long. There you go, bro. Oh, it's whiskey time, baby. Let's go.
Doesn't stay quiet.
Right, moment of truth. Bro, you hold of that. Keep it steady for me. Let's have a look. Let's get my sharp knife out.
Is it worth put this on the floor to do this?
It's fine.
Just go straight in the mud. No.
Can't see it there. Right. Let me just lock my fork. Let's go straight in the middle of this. Oh. Perfect.
That'll do.
Go on then. You can be the
Oh, it's on me.
first tester, yeah. See how that steak is.
Oh.
Is that good?
Oh, that's actually really nice.
Do you know what? There's something primitive about washing by a river. Don't know what it is. It's that connection with nature, right? I don't know, just something as simple as this. At home, I hate doing the pots. But when you're next to this beautiful river, it's just, you want to do it. So we managed to get the tent up. Here it is. That's how it looks. We've got about 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the sun goes down. I was hoping to get the full footage there so we could have a little speed up shot, but it went out.
In the middle of the night, there was a man walking his dog, which made the two brothers feel uneasy after the man told them that he goes to the woods very often and knows every spot of the woods, which made the two brothers start to feel discomfort, which would get worse as time went on. I'll let you take a look.
So we're sitting here now and we're debating whether we should pack up or carry on, because that guy was a bit weird, wasn't he?
Well, he basically said, I come down, he came down, he was talking about all this random mad stuff. Apocalypse and all this stuff, and then he started looking for diamonds in the water and said it was dinosaurs.
And the fact that he comes back here every night at 4 a.m.
And he said he comes here at 4, he stays here till like 4 a.m.
Now, he's asking questions like, are we staying here all night?
And
so it's a bit iffy, you know, if he pisses off now and comes back with a load of glads. And
the last thing we want to do is be drinking whiskey, fall asleep, and then have 3 men just turn up randomly, and you know, we don't know what their intentions are, do we?
But at the moment everything seems okay,
Yeah.
so we're just going to chill here for a bit longer, and no one comes in the next hour, and crack on with it.
Yeah, we've had some foxes screaming at us again.
Yeah, more foxes are there, but we're not scared of the foxes. We're more scared of people than anything else in the wild, like, so we'll see how it goes. We're
Keep you updated.
having a whiskey now and having some honey roasted peanuts next to the fire, so that's it's going out like, but
Well, yeah, we let it go.
yeah, so we'll keep you updated. See you in a bit. Nice fire there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There, bro, what's over there? Huh? What's up there? Oh, shit! Ah, shit! Ah!
Not long after, the brothers then saw a man in the woods who was watching them. This was enough for the brothers to leave. After everything, in the end, the two brothers were okay and not harmed. They left when they sensed something was wrong, which is something you should always do. The brothers were upset because they didn't get to complete the challenge, but their safety comes first, and they knew that as well. I'll let you take a look of what they said so you can see for your own eyes.
Right, guys, unfortunately we've had to get out of there. It's the guy that
It's about 11 p.m, it's getting late, but we stayed there.
the guy, basically the guy who came by us with the dog, he was talking a bit weird, I don't know, he was talking about diamonds.
Dinosaurs, he was talking about like all these weird conspiracies,
He said there was people in the woods.
people in the woods, static energy, all this stuff, and just typical stuff that you'd think someone mad. But some of the stuff he said sounded I kind of understood it.
Yeah,
So we didn't really know what to make of him. He was half there, half not. It was weird.
We were really unnerved for a bit. We thought, oh fuck it, we'll carry on. But then, lo and behold, we're sitting there now, no phones, right? We turn our phones off, fire's on, we're drinking whiskey, chilling out. We're thinking, oh, in an hour's time we'll get some sleep, get our heads down. But then,
I started filming a video.
He was filming a video, and there was a shadow, right? And we thought, no way, right? And there was somebody there, standing there, or sitting there. What was he doing? He's by the trees anyway, crouched down, watching us. And
I don't know how long he was there.
It had to be that guy. It couldn't be nothing else. It had to be that guy, because we're not scared of anything like this.
I was getting this now, but it was probably him. He was just literally crouched down about 20 metres away, probably a little bit less, and he was just
staring at us.
Not
a fox, not a fucking sheep, nothing like that. It was an actual person.
We were joking about stuff as well.
We were joking about it all night, but then
he's going to come back, and that was a bit. Do we stay? We don't know his intentions out. He seemed harmless enough.
It had to be that guy.
Literally, as we're talking about it, there's a guy staring at us.
So yeah, so it's freaked us out.
Definitely not an animal.
We ran off. This person's ran off into the woodland. We packed up and
he's down in the woods, pitch black, on his own, in the trees, watching two cameras. Yeah. I had no idea.
That was weird.
That was scary.
It was weird in the beginning, right? Because he wouldn't leave us alone. He was talking about all this crap. He just wouldn't leave us alone. It unnerved us. But
looking for diamonds. He showed me his bag of these apparently uncut diamonds. I don't know what they were, but yeah, he was such a weird character.
It really scared us, like.
Yeah, so we quickly packed up. We don't know if we left anything.
Yeah, we packed up in a hurry. We sort of ran off. It scared that person. They ran off. We could hear them running.
This next video comes from the Junkyard Fox, who is known for surviving and making unique camping shelters, all handmade. But in this video, he encountered something that could destroy solo camping for good.
He updated and renovated, right, like any home. Yeah, luckily, at first when I got here, I was sweating buckets. But look, check it out. It's starting to get nice and gloomy, so we may see a little bit of rain later. That'd be nice. But yeah, so as you can tell, the winds have come. They've knocked this side off, so I need to work on that. If you guys remember, I had a Motley Crue poster that I put here when I stayed here last time, and I can see it over there. And I can actually see a lizard. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right behind the Motley Crue poster, there's like a little lizard just hanging out. That's really cool. So that goes to show what I was mentioning back then in those videos is whenever you stay at a primitive shelter and you have natural bedding like this, be very careful because critters are going to, you're not the only creature trying to take shelter, These animals, snakes, lizards, tarantulas, scorpions, they're all trying to cool off. Coyotes, bunnies, so this is a nice shelter for them, nice and comfortable, so you got to be careful. So before I decide to lay in there, I'm going to have to clean all that out and replace it with brand new grass. On my way over here, I did pick up 2 bags worth of grass, of dead grass, so that's going to be my new bedding. So I'm replacing the old bedding, putting it on the roof, and then, I'm going to have a nice fresh bed. Yeah. The boys are all right. Okay, so about 15 minutes later, I'd say we're pretty good. So it doesn't take that long to just put the thatching, kind of like weave it in there, kind of tangle it, and then put these sticks on top for weight. Now, is this going to be 100% foolproof from the elements? No, of course not. But it's going to be strong enough to keep the sun out of your face when you're trying to rest in the daytime, keep the winds out of you when you're trying to sleep, so you're not that cold. Now, it's not going to be waterproof, and I did see lightning coming from this direction earlier, and in fact, I'm actually starting to feel raindrops. See that? So, so we're going to be getting a little bit of rain. Now, that's just part of it. In my opinion, that's part of, testing yourself as an outdoorsman, as a prepper, as a bushcrafter, whatever you want to call it. It's not always going to be sunshine and fat steaks. You got to rough it out and you got to get uncomfortable. So if you guys remember last time that I stayed here, the winds were just really strong, 30-mile-an-hour winds coming into the shelter, so I was cold. This time it looks like I may get soaked. So luckily I do have a poncho in my haversack in case it gets crazy. But yeah, that's part of it. So the roof is good to go. Now I gotta take this apart and kind of make this better because this is terrible. And once again, there could be some creepy crawlers on there. By the way, I'm not boring you with all this.
After he set up his camp and ate his dinner, he began to try to settle in for the night. But his night would be shattered not long after. I'll let you take a look.
So, yeah, just unwinding. And I apologize if it's a little anticlimactic, but I mean, sometimes these things you just got to be here to experience. I'm not even bored. I'm having a good time. Just on nothing too bad. In case of anything, I do have my jacket here, and then I do also have my shamag down here. And I apologize for the crappy lighting. So in case of anything, I could just wrap that around my face or whatever. And that's about it. So in the morning, I'll wake up and I'll make some coffee. And that's about it for me. So, have a good night, everyone. Okay, folks, so change of plans. I was asleep for 2 hours. Then I woke up to a truck driving nearby, and they shot my truck. They legitimately shot the windows on my truck. People I don't know. This is crazy. Look, these are my windows. This is insane. Once again, I have no clue who these people are. They're just drunks. I could hear the loud music. That's what woke me up. And sure enough, so I'm guessing this trip is over.
This is the problem with the world. 3, 2, 1. This is the problem with the world we live in today. People can be cruel for no reason at all. According to him, he did not know the people who shot at his truck. If anything, he was just camping and trying to sleep until he was woken up to gunshots and loud music playing in the inn. The man was okay, but this experience will always stay with him, because I am sure he will never go back to that camping spot again after this incident. It really does suck that people are like this. Hopefully we can make a better world someday.
Minding my own business, and look at that. And I didn't even get to bring down all this stuff that was meant for the Arizona.
Meet Andrew Flair, the creator behind One Rod, One Reel Fishing, known for exploring remote fishing locations and unknown places to try and catch a fish. However, on May 4th, 2021, Andrew and his friend went on a crazy fishing trip. But as the day started, it soon began to turn into their worst nightmare.
In a mud hole. I mean, it looks like it's 1 inch deep right here.
So this spot's very interesting, not only because it's the biggest part of the revenge send, like we need to do some damage here and catch some giant fish, but also look at the scenery here. It's very flat. It's not a river that you would expect to have big fish, but let me tell you, we're in for something pretty crazy. There are a lot of different species in here.
It's hard, and it's kind of chill. It's like not warm out here, so they might be calling it a day soon. You on? Oh, I'm on. The rainy send continues. Let's get down here without falling in the river. That's not a bad one. About 12 inches maybe. But it's pretty. They love eating these pebbles, man. You doubled up? We double up for once? Bye-bye, fishy. Oh, he killed me down. Hope he's a friendly dog. He's got a bark collar on. Good, how are you? Having luck today?
guys coming in from?
Where do we come in from?
Parking lot way down there. What's that?
Where do we come in from, bro? We just parked.
Where'd you guys come in from?
I don't know exactly. I didn't drive. I don't know, man. Sorry.
Where'd you walk in?
We wait up the creek.
Where?
This creek? This creek's.
Explain to me exactly where.
Yeah, 4 miles downstream.
So all those no trespassing signs you walk past, they didn't mean anything?
Wait, what? No, which no trespassing signs?
This whole size mark. And there's no way you walk from down there if you didn't go on my road that has no trespassing signs on the road as well. Otherwise you swam across the big pool. Huh?
What began as a question turned into an interrogation. The man claimed that this was his property and was very firm and direct when he spoke. Andrew and his friend did not know they were trespassing. They even told the man they would leave, but then this happened.
No trespassing signs.
Sure thing. No problem. Let's go. No problem, sir.
I'll meet you. Tell the boys that I'll pack up and meet at the bottom over here. Get them all.
How did you get here? You told me you parked on the state land. There's no way this way on the state land you didn't get to this spot. You got to this spot without swimming, and you're not wet.
We were waiting in the river.
Do you want to walk down? It's not that way. That's all my property.
I'm walking in the woods, dude. It might be easier.
So great. You're on. If you are publicly on property that is not yours, I have a right to ask for your identification. Otherwise, I promise you, with my motorcycles and all the boys up there, we're going to get to your car before you. We're going to take a picture of every license plate, and I'm going to have your picture that can tie to your license and your driver's license.
We parked past and parked in a parking lot right there, and it did say.
Then you went through a gate, correct?
No, there's no gate. There's no gate.
First of all, I'm not comfortable with the way you're talking to us.
I'm not comfortable with the way you're talking to me. Stand on my property.
You're being very aggressive. So, what we're gonna do?
It's my property.
We had no idea.
You know you're not on the right property. Do you own any property in here? Because I own from all the way down there until all the way up there. Hey, great. You know what we can do? We can go. I'll have the rest of my crew call the DEC. I'll meet Ranger Jim here with you guys, and you can get formally cited if that's what you'd like.
We're gonna leave, and we apologize, okay?
Okay, so when I asked you where you parked, why are you lying to me?
Because why do I want to tell you where I parked? You seem like a dangerous individual.
Oh, stop with your dangerous millennial crap. Right now, you're on my property, and if you parked up there, you went through a combo gate that you either had a key to,
we did not.
Or you...
Yeah, but no, we don't want to tell you where our car is because it seems like...
Stop. You're on my property. I can have you arrested for being on my property.
We're not trying.
And you're playing a game with me, which you shouldn't be doing. If you just answered me honestly from the beginning, when I simply asked you, where did you park?
Why do I want to tell you where I parked? We were honest.
When you're standing on my property, and then you're hiking up into my property. That's not along the river. And for the record, I own to the midpoint of
As the conversation escalated, the tensions became unavoidable. The man claimed not only did he own the river, but he owned almost all of the land surrounding it. The man also said he could have people take pictures of their license plates and their ID so they can get the law enforcement involved. Despite Andrew and his friend trying to be polite, the man just kept going. The man still kept being rude and wanted them to leave. Even when the group tried to leave, the man kept questioning them and reaffirming them what he just said.
It's public.
All right, we're about to go, bro. I mean, we're cool. So we're not going to come back here, and we apologize.
You can. Just look at the maps.
Okay.
You're crystal clear where you are.
Gotcha.
But you're standing, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the information, and like you said you own this half of the river from the post sign, and about approximately how far down do you own, just out of curiosity?
Further than you can walk.
Further than I can walk. Okay, so just know that...
State land is all the way down past...
what's the name of the road?
The state land is all the way down past that.
Okay.
You guys can fish that side. You
Okay.
can fish up through and cross over into there.
Stay on this side, okay.
Here is your private property.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
All right.
I got my neighbors and their kids. There's shooting ranges up there. You end up creating a danger for yourself and a risk for us.
Sure.
That's not good.
Yeah, I agree. And we apologize and thank you for the information. So in the future, if we do come here, we'll make sure to stay off your land.
River you're fishing on? Where's the state land in the next river? There? Come on, I'll walk with you guys. Show me how you walked in. Come.
Yeah.
Listen, he and I are cool. You and I don't really understand your attitude standing on my property and you're breaking the law. So go ahead.
I apologize. You were scaring me a little bit.
You're scaring me too. I'm out here with my family, and I got my boys up there, and you guys are on my property.
And I apologize now that we know there's your property. I'm very, very, very sorry.
But you knew it was my property when you went out it, because if you got to this point, unless you swam, there's no way, and you and I both know it, and all you had to do was be honest from the beginning, I would have given you a hard time, because I got kids a little bit older than you, and I understand the mentality. It's okay if you cut a corner every once in a while, but if you're on somebody's property, it's perfectly fair for me to ask for your information.
Okay, thank you.
And you know you didn't walk down along the river to get to this point, correct? Yes or no? So, for you to do it, you had to walk up past my neighbor's houses up over there.
So,
ahead,
sir, just
Go
let
ahead. Walk. I'll just walk with you.
Okay, you can walk with. I'll just let you know. 95% we walked across the river. The other 5% we never saw a single house. Just let you know.
Guys,
But yeah,
there's no way down here. It's a 50-foot drop.
Yeah,
there's no way you can
we scaled it.
Exactly. So then you're up at my neighbor's house.
okay. Oh, we did not see any house, but yeah, we can go ahead and go.
And where you entered on the other side, there's a no trespassing sign right there. I put up 4 of them.
And do be careful. It is a bit slippery on these rocks.
Thank you.
Go, hey, go. Hi guys, so that was a bit of a mess. We're gonna try to break it down here, but basically that guy claims that we walked across the driveway through a gate to get down there, which we did nothing of the sort. We parked in a public parking lot, completely public. And because I know some of you guys are gonna be asking, public parking lot, and here's the sign. There is nothing here that's posted. As you can see, the sign is...
After all of this, Andrew and his friend were okay. But what makes this encounter scary is who was the guy? Also, with no identity, if the man was telling the truth or not, that could have turned out very badly because there was no way to check to see if he was telling the truth or not. They pointed out how they entered through a welcome sign, but the man still claimed that this was his property. But in a remote area like this, there is no way to confirm what the man was saying, and honestly, with his aggression, that could have been a more serious situation. Let me know in the comments if you have any experience like this ever before. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any stories or videos you'd like to see next, be sure to email it to me at pumpkinscarestories@gmail.com. Thank you for watching, and if you want to join my Discord, link in bio.
Maybe we'll head up in this direction. Oh, this is so creepy. That door has just closed. Well, I think this is the way out here. Hello? Like that. What the fuck was that?
Exploring abandoned buildings take a certain kind of person. But walking into a massive derelict hospital alone at night is something else entirely. What happened to one urban explorer during what was supposed to be a Halloween special is the kind of thing that's hard to watch without feeling genuinely unsettled. This footage has a way of making you think twice about what might be sitting in the dark corners of places that have been left to rot. The YouTube channel is called The Bearded Explorer. The person running it is known for going into decaying and historically significant locations alone and documenting what he finds before those places disappear entirely.
Tonight I am on my own in the Hasler Hospital and we are going to be exploring all the creepy parts of this building. Now I had to sneak in through the basement tonight because the security are on the gate and they are absolutely 100% hot people coming in here now. So I had to be a little bit James Bond to get in here, but I'm in here. We're going to get up to the main entrance, go and check this place out. Okay guys, we are now inside the main building. Now this was the old entrance where the train track, which you can still see on the floor, ran all the way down to the church through those two blue doors in front of me. And behind me, that's from the docks. Like I said before, they used to bring the injured sailors on the trains, carriages, I don't know, on here. If they could be treated, they would be taken into the wards, and if they couldn't, they would go straight down to the church and get buried. And there is a mass grave out there, 10,000 people buried.
Forgotten military institution, the kind of buildings that most people drive past without slowing down. And on a dark Halloween night, the bearded explorer made his way into the Haller hospital alone, intending to push into its most unsettling corners and see what he could find.
Many times. And the only thing that I've ever really seen in here is that photograph, which I tagged in the last picture in that hallway. I can't help but feel that there's somebody walking right behind me. It's really creepy. And what we're going to do, we're going to walk through this area and we're going to go into the gymnasium, which is up here on the left. And we're going to have a look in there first, and then we're going to go upstairs and check out all the MRI scanners.
He was already uneasy moving through that corridor. Long, dark, the kind of hallway that makes sound behave strangely. He described the sensation of someone keeping a pace directly behind him, close enough that he kept turning around. Nothing was there. He pushed forward, anyway, heading towards the gymnasium. Then something stopped him completely. A heavy door slowly swung shut on its own.
Paint pill in here, it's unbelievable. There is actually a little bit of a breeze on those curtains, which is strange because there's no wind in here. This is where I'll just walk past, but look at it, it's moving on its own. That's really bizarre because there's not even a window open here.
No wind. The building was completely sealed. He stood there and confirmed it. There was no reasonable explanation for what just happened. That was the moment it became clear he wasn't alone in there. And it didn't stop there, moving anywhere in the entire building. It was swinging gently, steady, in a room with no air, no movement whatsoever. He kept moving up to the higher floors.
It is still here. So this, guys, is a real human liver. I know it's disgusting, but it is very rare. The sort of thing you'd only see in a museum. But here it is in Haslar Hospital. It's been here for years. Now apparently there used to be a museum here where this came from. There was also some stillborns, there were some shrunken heads. It was a very weird collection of stuff.
Were the scanning rooms and operating theaters were the kind of space that carries a specific weight to them, even in daylight.
I think that all of this stuff is in here, all the paperwork. Oh my God, what the hell was that? It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's no one there. Whoa, okay, freak out. Whew, okay. There's nobody there. It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's nobody there. There is nobody there. Oh my God. There's definitely nobody there. Okay, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Rooms where serious things happened to people who didn't always make it out. He was picking his way through a cluttered room when something made him lunge backward. Suddenly, without warning.
That sounded like footsteps. That really sounded like footsteps. Like that, what I'm doing now, that's exactly what I just heard. Okay, that was really creepy. That was really creepy. I'm sure I just heard that.
He pushed on, moving through another empty corridor. He heard it, footsteps, clear and distinct in the silence, echoing at almost exactly the same pace as his own, like something was matching him step for step. And this wasn't just a hallway. On a previous visit to this same building, he had taken a photo in the exact corridor. In it, standing in the darkness, was what looked unmistakably like a small girl.
And I took about 3 or 4 pictures, and you can quite distinctively see what looks like a little girl stood around about here, like there somewhere. Now I'm going to put the pictures here now. So there's 1 and 2. If you look closely, it almost looks like she's turned around and she's turned her head looking towards me. Now those pictures have not been messed around with. That is pure as you can get, and I know that's real for 100% fact. The way out here. Right, I don't know if you heard that then, but that fucking sounded like... Hello? This is absolute bullshit. There is no way I just fucking heard that. I'm sorry I'm swearing, guys, but I do swear when I get scared. What the hell is this? Oh, fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? There's no way that has just happened. There is no way that is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell? What the hell? Right, you've just seen that with your own eyes. I have not touched that. There is nobody else here. What the fuck was that? How the hell did that happen? Okay, that was really, really scary. I didn't like that. I really did. I'm so sorry I swore then, but that really did scare me. That was horrible. Fuck that. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. No, 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 no. What the fuck is going on? It sounds like loads of people. What the fuck is going on? There is no way that just happened. There is no way. There is fucking no way that just happened. There's no one fucking in there. There's no way anyone could have been in there. Okay, I am getting out of here. That. I'm gone.
Sound of multiple footsteps running in a room he had just confirmed was empty, in a building he had entered alone. That was enough. Whatever composure he had left dissolved completely, and he ran. Not a cautious retreat. He ran and didn't stop until he was away from that building. He made it out physically unharmed, but the question of what was in there with him doesn't have a clean answer. The thousands of people who died within those walls over the years left something behind. Whether that's what he encountered or whether it was something else entirely is difficult to say. What isn't difficult to say is that whatever was in that hospital made itself known in the most aggressive way it could. And it was clear from that moment, that first door slammed, that visitors aren't welcome there. A secluded cabin can feel exactly like what you need, away from everything, quiet, isolated. But isolation cuts both ways. For two friends, what was supposed to be a straightforward ghost hunt weekend in a remote cabin turned into something they were remotely prepared for. Not paranormal, something worse, something actually real.
Almost 4 in the morning. There's something outside making noise. It sounds like an animal. I woke Steve up. Steve heard it too. It's happened like 3 or 4 times now where we hear like kind of like a cry, like it sounds like a scream or something. There it is again. Dude, I'm gonna throw my shirt on.
You know what a coyote sounds like? That ain't fucking coyote.
No, I don't think that's a coyote. It sounds weird though.
Dude, I'm not going. I know you don't like bears, Ben. I ain't going out there with a fucking.
No,
your piece if we're gonna look for this shit.
Let's. No, I got the guns right here. I'm gonna get dressed. We'll go take a look with the flashlights out the window. Maybe we'll be able to see what it is.
Dude, you're not fucking. No, dude, I'm not fucking around. Dude, I fucking swear. Dude, reach the fucking bullshit.
Turn on.
Hello?
I don't think I'm going back to sleep, to be honest with you.
You can wing pretty much open? Like what?
No,
Here's a pull. You get a twist.
it's not easy to open. So we already checked everywhere in here. We turned on all the lights. We went in every single bathroom. We went in every single closet. We walked around the whole place with the guns, checked everything. Nobody's inside here.
It was an animal. He knew that immediately. It was a human scream. Loud, desperate, in a way that is difficult to... They turned their attention to the woods, flashlights cutting through the rain, trying to find something solid in the darkness. And then a thought settled in that made everything feel different. The Airbnb, listen. Their exact location had been publicly visible to anyone who looked. This didn't feel accidental. It felt targeted. And then the screams came again, closer this time. Human in a way that left absolutely no room for doubt. Whatever story they had told themselves about strange noises and paranormal activity was gone. There was a person out there, in the dark, in the middle of nowhere, miles from any kind of help. The only thing standing between them and that person was that they were carrying a weapon and had the decision to hold their ground. Ghosts don't track your location. They don't show up in rain with intent. People do. Whoever was out there that night was never caught, never identified. What they wanted remains unknown, and that unanswered question has a way of staying with you. Sometimes the most dangerous thing in the dark isn't something you can't explain. Sometimes it's something you can. Adam runs a YouTube channel called Adam Mark Explores. He goes into haunted and forgotten locations, old asylums, decaying estates, places that have been left to fall apart with their history still sealed inside. And he documents whatever he finds. He brings paranormal equipment. He makes contact attempts, and he puts it all on camera. During a trip to North Wales, he came across a farmhouse that had been sitting untouched for decades. Everything exactly where it had been left. Personal belongings still in place, as though the family had simply stepped outside and never returned. What Adam encountered inside the farmhouse was something he wasn't prepared for.
And it looks absolutely amazing. Gonna head inside, check out what's left, see if anybody remains in this house and see if we can help them move on. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
So we've got the spirit talker going at the same time. K2's just decided to go on a mad trip. Just gonna take a look around the place, see what we can find, see if anyone wants to contact us. I mean, there's no electricity in this house whatsoever.
No.
So that's wild, that going off like that.
Oh, I was going to say it stopped. No.
Downstairs is pitch black in here. Establish that there is some sort of EMF.
I shouldn't be dead.
You shouldn't be dead? Why shouldn't you be dead? Did you pass away suddenly? Accidentally? Is there a child here with us today? Do you mind us being in your house? As we said, we don't mean any disrespect being here. We're not here to damage anything. We don't want to disrupt anything or take anything. We settled here. That said it just before we started filming. Oh, it was pool, not cool. I shouldn't be dead and agree.
Hurting.
Hurting. Are you in pain now? It's all women's names.
Yeah.
Lisa, Eliza and Natalie. But look at that doll. Oh. Okay, if there's anyone up in these bedrooms that would like to communicate with us. Burden. You feel like a burden? Girl's dress.
I like using this.
You like using this, that's very good. Are these your comics? Were you young when you passed away? I like using this.
Get out and leave.
What came through painted as a picture, a water, a fear, the inability to breathe, taken together pointed towards one explanation, a drowning somewhere on that property. The story of what had happened in that farmhouse was beginning to take shape in a way that was difficult to sit with.
Scared.
Scared. There could be little lakes around here. What are you scared of?
Can't breathe.
Okay, I'm around the water, scared, can't breathe. That's all very drowning, isn't it? Did you pass away in water? I mean, I feel like we're talking to a kid.
You're dead inside.
Dead inside. Hell for leather.
Oh, I've got goosebumps all over me.
That's crazy. We have the dead bell, we have the REM pod, which is already going off, and we have the music box, which is situated on the stairs there.
Wow.
Dead bell and the REM pod both going off. That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
On command. I'm hiding here. Who are you hiding from? Was there something bad in this house? Maybe on the land? Yes. Could you tell us what it is somehow? That was like a moan. A cry.
Oh my god.
Then the tone changed. The spirit communicated that it was hiding, which whatever Katie was hiding from, it was also somewhere in that house, and it wasn't her. One of their fully charged lights died completely. No warning, no flickering, just dead. Which in these investigations typically points to a spirit drawing on available energy to make itself more present. The intelligent responses kept coming, and among them, something that reframed everything that had happened in that farmhouse. Katie wanted to leave. She wasn't choosing to stay, she was stuck. Adam and Sean ended the investigation by attempting to help her. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any stories or videos you'd like to hear next, be sure to email it to me at pumpkinscarestories@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.
No way. What is that?
I have no friggin' idea.
Did you get that on the camera?
True. The American Civil War ended in victory, but victory has a way of obscuring what it actually costs. And in the case of Gettysburg, what it cost has apparently never fully gone away. Since July 1st, 1863, something has been off about this town. Visitors describe it before they even know the history. A feeling, an uneasy, they can't quite put into words. And then they learn what happened there. And suddenly it makes more sense now. People have reported hearing sounds with no source, seeing things that shouldn't be there. The kind of experience that are easy to dismiss until you are the one having them. This video is about what's been captured there, and some of it is difficult to explain away. Gettysburg was the deadliest battle of the entire Civil War. For 3 straight days, Union and Confederate forces across that Pennsylvania terrain with a brutality that is hard to fully grasp from a distance. When it ended, the Union had held, many of them were, that was 140 years ago. And by most accounts, not all of them have settled. Reports of paranormal activity in Gettysburg aren't new, and they don't come exclusively from ghost hunters or people looking for something to believe in. Ordinary visitors, people who came for a history tour, nothing more, describe hearing sounds like distant crying with no identical source. Others have seen figures moving through the field that looked completely solid, completely real, right up until they weren't there anymore. A few of those encounters have been caught on camera. And when you watch the footage, it's hard to not feel like something is looking back. Look carefully at what's moving through that footage, the shapes, the way they carry themselves. Unhurried, like men still reporting for duty more than a century and a half after the war ended. People who visit Gettysburg in person often describe a weight to the place that hits them the moment they arrive. Something in the atmosphere that doesn't feel entirely present. Tense. If you ever go yourself, there is a reasonable chance you'll understand what they meant before you even make it to the battlefield. On April 14, 2020, a YouTuber recorded something at Gettysburg that caught a lot of attention. In broad daylight, clear as anything, the sound of gunfire. The kind of sharp, distinct report that doesn't get mistaken for something else. The problem is there isn't no gun range near that location, no nearby properties that could account for it. Nothing in the surrounding area that offers a reasonable explanation, which leaves the less reasonable explanation sitting there.
Alright, we're here in Gettysburg, just before the 150th. Where should I stop?
Just pull off here.
Want to try to film something here?
Yeah.
They said there's activity here before, but... Alright, so we're going to sit here for a while and just kind of film with the camera.
A lot of troops left from here.
See what happens. I was told by a ranger. Was it about in this area here, Jay, that the ranger said that there's been some activities? They heard some rumors about seeing some sightings of something that they can't explain. All right, we'll record for like maybe half an hour or so, and then we'll move over to Devil's Den maybe after that.
Yeah, that'll be a good spot next.
And then over by Pickett's Charge.
Yeah, maybe we can pick up something from there.
Pickett's hard though, because I can't really. Unless we have flashlights, I guess I can shine it from the parking. All right, that's all right. We'll videotape here for a while.
Okay.
And let's be quiet though, okay?
No way. What is that?
I have no friggin' idea.
Did you get that on the camera?
It's recording.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Uncomfortable and hard to ignore that what was recorded that day was something older, a remnant of 3 days of fighting that left tens of thousands of men dead on that ground. Whether you believe that that's possible or not, the sound is there in the recording, and nobody has ever been able to say where it came from. Whatever those men went through during those 3 days, the fear, the chaos, the pain, we'll never fully understand it. But some believe what gets captured at Gettysburg from time to time isn't paranormal in the dramatic sense. It's more like a scar, something the land absorbed it and never quite released. The battlefield isn't the only part of Gettysburg with a reputation. Gettysburg College, founded in 1832, has been ranked by campus explorers as the third most haunted college campus in the United States. The school's history is inseparable from the war. The campus itself served as a field hospital during the battle, and the suffering that took place within those buildings left something behind it. According to nearly everyone who speaks significant time there, students report it, facility report it. It becomes less of a ghost story and more of an expected part of the college experience. A man passing through the area captured footage near the campus that he struggled to make sense of. He wasn't sure what he was looking at, but people who watched it didn't have much trouble identifying what appeared to be moving through the frame. The same kinds of forms that have been showing up in Gettysburg's footage for Jersey resident named Greg was driving through the Gettysburg battlefield with his family. It was supposed to be a sightseeing trip. 157 years after the battle, the grounds are well maintained and open to visitors. It's a place people bring their kids on weekends. Greg and his family saw something they weren't expecting. Two forms moving across the ground where tens of thousands of men once fought and died. He caught it on camera. And watching the footage, it's difficult to settle that designation draws a certain kind of visitors. People looking for an account, but the locals don't need to go looking. They live with it. Triangular Field, just northwest of Devil's Den, has its own history of strangeness. People have reported seeing men in period clothing near the rock.
Can't be the motorcycle, honey. There's nothing sparkling. You see what I'm saying?
And initially assuming they were Renators until they found out no events were scheduled that day. Cameras malfunctioned there with unusual frequency, returning black screens where footage should be and the sounds. Visitors describe hearing what resembles distant drumming drifting across the open field with no apparent organ. In late September 2020, locals decided to set up a motion-activated trail camera at various points across the battlefield ground. All calibrated, every single camera activated at once. Devil's Den might be the most concentrated point of strangeness on the entire battlefield. On July 2nd, 1863, it witnessed the worst of the 3 days of fighting. The ground there captured what appeared to be a soldier on camera. When he reviewed the audio, he found something embedded in it, a voice repeating the word "run" 4 times. There was no one else there. 40,000 men were killed and wounded on this ground. Many of them are still there and unmarked graves beneath the grass that tourists walk across on weekend afternoons. The idea that violence and suffering on the scale could simply evaporate, that it wouldn't leave something behind in the land itself, doesn't quite hold up when you are standing there. People who visit Gettysburg describe the feeling of it before they can articulate why. Something heavier than ordinary air, something that makes you move a little more carefully, speak a little more quietly. The battlefield has the effect on people, regardless of what they believe going in. And based on what's been captured there over the years, something in Gettysburg seems to be aware that people are still showing up. On May 8, 2023, something unexpected happened. This video comes from a YouTuber named Knowles, who is a van life person who likes to camp in her van and travel the world with her husband. The first stop was in New Orleans, which ended up taking a huge turn.
Sad undertone to the day because we're leaving Matt. My parents came down to Florida for a couple weeks. They left this morning, so a lot of goodbyes happened today. We had a little bit of crying. No, I'm not about to cry. We already had our cries this morning, but we're trying to be positive. We're about to hit the road and head to New Orleans.
A big trip in the making, Jenny.
Really, truly, this is our first big like RV trip.
I know.
You know, going out west.
Like, we've RV'd, but we haven't adventured in this yet.
Also, when we did our full tour of our new fifth wheel, we completely forgot to tell you guys what we decided to name our truck and our fifth wheel.
I know. How did we forget that?
If you guys are fans of the show Yellowstone, Will and I are big fans of the show. So we decided to name the truck Rip and the Paradigm Beth. So Rip's pulling Beth along down the road, and I think our trip just looks like Rip. Like, if you watch the show and you know Rip's personality, like, this truck just fits.
Kind of stuff. Well, no, I mean, I had some other tools. Nothing really that major. More would have just been like a pain in the butt, but they didn't take any of that. So, truthfully, it was stuff like, you know, toe straps and that light dad got me.
They took all that?
No, I'm saying all that stuff, it's not worth value.
Yeah.
But it would have been a pain in the butt to go and get all that stuff again.
I know.
You know?
Okay, let's leave.
Hold on to that. They got Jen, they probably found this. They got Jen's Valentine's Day card and they just ripped it to shreds. Well, New Orleans put a little damper on our trip. So we truthfully didn't feel the most comfortable in New Orleans, being completely honest. We were kind of like, hey, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend and maybe people are just being a little crazy. We didn't know if we'd ever really come back, to be honest. And then we came out to the car and I'm like, Jen, why'd you leave the window down? And she's like, I didn't leave the window down. And I'm like, get closer, and I'm like, somebody busted out our window. So.
And we didn't really have anything of value sitting out.
No. Like I had a really nice Craftsman toolkit my parents bought me for Christmas years ago. I had it under the seat.
Knowles ended up calling the police after she realized someone had broken into their truck and stolen some valuables that they had. The part that makes this encounter so scary is that it was broad daylight and someone targeted them for no reason at all. Even in broad daylight, you are never actually safe. At any moment, anything can happen to you when you least expect it. In the end, they were okay. But this is a reminder of how you should always be cautious wherever you end up going, because if not, there could be someone out there just waiting in the shadow, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This next video comes from a YouTuber named Emmy, who really likes cats. I mean, it's obvious. Her name is the Cat Lady. But she is known for her crazy experience when traveling in the van around the world. But on this night, after she had woken up after a massive storm, she began to start to hear very weird, heavy sounds.
Alright guys, that's someone banging on my van pretty loud. I'm not sure if he did any damage, to be quite honest. I don't know if he banged with a piece of wood. He banged on another van too. I'm gonna move.
Emmy could hear a man banging on the van, along with screaming in the distance. Instead of staying any longer, she began to leave and tried to find another place to camp at in her van. And by morning, she saw this.
He banged on my van. It was beautiful damage on my van. I knew when he banged on my van, it would sound pretty loud. I thought I was in the back. That's why I was looking in the back there. And I didn't know if he had stick. That's what I saw on my video, but I think he probably had a rock and when he banged on my van, because yeah, this looked like quite a big dent. Unfortunately, I'm kind of pissed, to be honest guys.
After many years of solo camping in her van with her cat, she finally experienced a threat, which made her relieved that nothing ever happened to her or her cat. Camping in the middle of nowhere in a van can be scary for the most part, but it can also be exciting and fun. But that does not erase the reality of how you need to be on high alert in those situations. In October 17, 2024, Gaz went to a forest which is known for the pagan rituals and has been going on for centuries. If you don't know who Gaz is, he is a UK YouTuber who likes to test out his gear and camp in creepy places just to see if the rumors are true or not with his dog, Vin. But in this video, Gaz did not expect to encounter this.
We're losing light. Just come straight after work. You enjoying yourself there, mate? I think I found it. Don't know, does this look like a pagan ritual site? I'll tell you one thing, it looks creepy, so let's camp here, shall we? I can't see any pagan markings or out like that. Right then, let's get set up, shall we? You can hardly see the tent now. It's not pitch black yet, but it's dark enough. The only thing that you can see, look, that gives it away is the guy line connectors. Ah, look at that! It even got my own bench. Look, that's good, isn't it? So what I'm gonna do is have something to eat, and then we'll go for a wander around once it gets dark and get a feel of the place. And for tea, we got bacon mash. Is that your ass, Fendi? You little scruff bag. Farting away. Now that should give me a little bit of warmth as well. It's dropped recently. It's gotten really cold for some reason. Definitely feels creepy in here. It does feel creepy down here, but that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out, and there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time something drops from there, it's really amplified.
Gaz decided to go and investigate the large tree with his dog Vindy, but there was nothing unusual. So Gaz felt like he was alone in the woods that night. He began to go and eat his dinner for tonight before he would head to bed. But that's when the night became strange.
Space if it's raining. So, but I did enjoy it.
Gaz listened to the noise coming from outside of his tent for about 15 minutes. He concluded that the noise was coming from the tree branches falling. But as soon as he began to feel a sense of relief, this happened.
Oh, fuck.
Gaz kept listening to the noise, but then you could hear sticks getting thrown at his tent. Gaz called out, but he did not get a response. Someone pushed into Gaz's tent, and this is when Gaz ran and left. But after 20 minutes, he came back to grab his car keys, and that's when he said he could hear about 15 people screaming ritual phrases. So he grabbed his car keys and left, but the next morning he returned just to see that all of his camping gear was stolen, and some were even damaged. Many people think that this was just people trying to scare Gaz off, but I think this was something more sinister here. Because why would they steal and break your belongings if you left? It's safe to say that Gaz has not been back to this campsite, and I don't think he ever will go back after having this crazy experience. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any stories or videos you would like to see me react to, be sure to email it to me at pumpkinscarestories@gmail.com. And if you would like to hear creepy stories just in general, let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching.
What a crazy night that was, eh? When I was packing up, I managed to get my my sleeping bag and everything and get that in my backpack. Then I heard loads and loads of screaming, like shouting from men, and it sounded like there were about 20 or 30 of them. And then they all started running, and it sounded like they were coming towards tent, so I just grabbed my bag and off skis, because my keys were in my bag. Oh, look at my tent. I had to leave my tent here because I just wanted to get out of there. And a few other bits as well that I left. Look at the state of it. Oh, come on, mate. Snap my poles and that. Sleep mat. Where's my cook kit? My cook kit were over here somewhere. Don't mind people scaring you and stuff out of woods, but when they're just going to break stuff as well, what's the point in that? Huh? Oh, it's got rips in that fly sheet as well, look at that. Well, they obviously didn't want me to come back, did they?
No way. What is that?
I have no friggin' idea.
Did you get that on the camera?
Tree.
The American Civil War ended in victory, but victory has a way of obscuring what it actually costs. And in the case of Gettysburg, what it cost has apparently never fully gone away. Since July 1st, 1863, something has been off about this town. Visitors describe it before they even know the history, a feeling, an uneasy they can't quite put into words. And then they learn what happened there. And suddenly it makes more sense now. People have reported hearing sounds with no source, seeing things that shouldn't be there. The kind of experience that are easy to dismiss until you are the one having them. This video is about what's been captured there, and some of it is difficult to explain away. Gettysburg was the deadliest battle of the entire Civil War. For 3 straight days, Union and Confederate forces across that Pennsylvania terrain with a brutality that is hard to fully grasp from a distance. When it ended, the Union had held, many of them that was 140 years ago. And by most accounts, not all of them have settled. Reports of paranormal activity in Gettysburg aren't new, and they don't come exclusively from ghost hunters or people looking for something to believe in. Ordinary visitors, people who came for a history tour, nothing more, describe hearing sounds like distant crying with no identical source. Others have seen figures moving through the field that looked completely solid, completely real, right up until they weren't there anymore. A few of those encounters have been caught on camera. And when you watch the footage, it's hard to not feel like something is looking back. Look carefully at what's moving through that footage, the shapes, the way they carry themselves. Unhurried, like men still reporting for duty more than a century and a half after the war ended. People who visit Gettysburg in person often describe a weight to the place that hits them the moment they arrive. Something in the atmosphere that doesn't feel entirely present. Tense. If you ever go yourself, there is a reasonable chance you'll understand what they meant before you even make it to the battlefield. On April 14, 2020, a YouTuber recorded something at Gettysburg that caught a lot of attention. In broad daylight, clear as anything, the sound of gunfire. The kind of sharp, distinct report that doesn't get mistaken for something else. The problem is there isn't no gun range near that location, no nearby properties that could account for it. Nothing in the surrounding area that offers a reasonable explanation, which leaves the less reasonable explanation sitting there.
Alright, we're here in Gettysburg, just before the 150th. Where should I stop?
Just pull off here.
Want to try to film something here?
Yeah.
They said there's activity here before, but... Alright, so we're going to sit here for a while and just kind of film the camera.
A lot of troops left from here.
See what happens. I was told by a ranger. It was about in this area here, Jay, that the ranger said that there's been some activities. They heard some rumors about seeing some sightings of something that they can't explain. All right, we'll record for like maybe half an hour or so, and then we'll move over to Devil's Den maybe after that.
Yeah, that'll be a good spot next.
And then over by Pickett's Charge.
Yeah, maybe we can pick up something from there.
Pickett's hard though, because I can't really. Unless we have flashlights, I guess I can shine it from the parking. All right, that's all right. We'll videotape here for a while.
Okay.
Let's be quiet though, okay?
No way. What is that?
I have no friggin' idea.
Did you get that on the camera?
It's recording.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Uncomfortable and hard to ignore that what was recorded that day was something older, a remnant of 3 days of fighting that left tens of thousands of men dead on that ground. Whether you believe that that's possible or not, the sound is there in the recording, and nobody has ever been able to say where it came from. Whatever those men went through during those 3 days, the fear, the chaos, the pain, we'll never fully understand it. But some believe what gets captured at Gettysburg from time to time isn't paranormal in the dramatic sense. It's more like a scar, something the land absorbed and never quite released. The battlefield isn't the only part of Gettysburg. With a reputation, Gettysburg College, founded in 1832, has been ranked by campus explorers as the third most haunted college campus in the United States. The school's history is inseparable from the war. The campus itself served as a field hospital during the battle, and the suffering that took place within those buildings left something behind it, according to nearly everyone who speaks significant time there. Students report it. Facility report it. It becomes less of a ghost story and more of an expected part of the college experience. A man passing through the area captured footage near the campus that he struggled to make sense of. He wasn't sure what he was looking at, but people who watched it didn't have much trouble identifying what appeared to be moving through the frame. The same kinds of forms that have been showing up in Gettysburg's footage for Jersey resident named Greg was driving through the Gettysburg battlefield with his family. It was supposed to be a sightseeing trip. 157 years after the battle, the grounds are well maintained and open to visitors. It's a place people bring their kids on weekends. Greg and his family saw something they weren't expecting. Two forms moving across the ground where tens of thousands of men once fought and died. He caught it on camera. And watching the footage, it's difficult to settle that designation draws a certain kind of visitors. People looking for an account, but the locals don't need to go looking. They live with it. Triangular Field, just northwest of Devil's Den, has its own history of strangeness. People have reported seeing men in period clothing near the rock.
Can't be the motorcycle, honey. There's another sparkle. You see what I'm saying?
What's that?
And initially assuming they were Renators until they found out no events were scheduled that day. Cameras malfunction there with unusual frequency, returning black screens where footage should be and the sounds. Visitors describe hearing what resembles distant drumming drifting across the open field with no apparent organ. In late September 2020, locals decided to set up a motion-activated trail camera at various points across the battlefield ground. All calibrated, every single camera activated at once. Devil's Den might be the most concentrated point of strangeness on the entire battlefield. On July 2nd, 1863, it witnessed the worst of the 3 days of fighting. The ground there captured what appeared to be a soldier on camera. When he reviewed the audio, he found something embedded in it, a voice repeating the word "run" 4 times. There was no one else there. 40,000 men were killed and wounded on this ground. Many of them are still there in unmarked graves beneath the grass that tourists walk across on weekend afternoons. The idea that violence and suffering on the scale could simply evaporate, that it wouldn't leave something behind in the land itself, doesn't quite hold up when you are standing there. People who visit Gettysburg describe the feeling of it before they can articulate why. Something heavier than ordinary air, something that makes you move a little more carefully, speak a little more quietly. The battlefield has the effect on people, regardless of what they believe going in. And based on what's been captured there over the years, something in Gettysburg seems to be aware that people are still showing up.